Hi guys, just a quick introduction into this next little project that I'm doing. It's an 18-inch long Machinist Level, the cast iron J Raybone. It must be fairly old because I'm sure Raybone turned into Raybone Chesterman, didn't they? And this is J Raybone and Sons, England. So I don't know how old it is, but it's in a sorry state. It's very rusty and it's broken. It's got a 100 ml glass vial in there, which I've actually got the vial now, which 15 ml diameter. It's got an accuracy, I believe the accuracy of it is 0.05 millimeters per meter, so fairly accurate. I think they do an even more accurate one, but I have had from some guys on model engineering site, I think one of them in particular said that they do a 0.01 per metre per metre or per yard or whatever, and he said they're really too accurate, they're right awkward to get right. But I'm going to repair it now. I won't say any more because I've already started it, and this introduction's I've never done one, so let's get on with it. Right, so I've been given this Machinist Level 18-inch long cast one. It's J Raybone, England, and it's got a busted glass, which I think a lot of them ended up getting broken. So I need to get a new glass tube for it. It's sharp now, it's very sharp. I've already had a little turn of this and it made a crunching noise, but I've since looked on YouTube and found that these are stuck in with plaster of Paris, and this is just a vial that's actually packed in there. I believe it's 14mm outside diameter, but I don't know yet until I strip it out and measure it. Yeah, J Raybone and Sons, made in England. So we're going to have a go at pulling it apart, but as I say, I think it's just going to go with a great bang, but never mind. Coming out. Okay. Right, it's come off the bottom. Ah, that's different to the one I saw. Oh look, there's a little rubbing strip there, keep that. That must be a packing piece to make it lock. Yeah, a little dinky keyway cut in there, look. That little spring piece goes in to hold it in. Like some paper folded up, corrugated, so it's definitely been replaced in past as that. I don't think Raybone would have done that, Raybone would have done that. $16mm. Yeah, I'm going to have to get this other end off somehow. Done it. Minimal damage. Just that end to clear out now, but it's a bit hot, is that? Let's cool back down. Of those pieces. Need to get searching up floor. What other one? I've got it. Just a right little piece of metal sprung. If it fits in that. And there. And I've dropped it again. Yeah, just gives it a raised edge and it pushes tight in. So that's how it fits into there. So that and that. So I just need a new vial. That needs touching up where I've tapped it. That's okay, just needs drilling out. Okay, I'll have to bring this back when I've managed to buy one of these vials. If I can find a 16mm diameter one. That's 100. Right, this is all the component parts for this vial that needs some plaster of Paris. And in here is the glass vial. Don't drop this. This is a very accurate 0.05 of a millimetre per metre is what this will do. So it's going to be, I don't know if you'll be able to see all little increments on it here. And this is made of glass, a little bobble on end, and that fits. Into this tube, and it goes there. So it's 16.3mm is that inside of that tube. So we've got 1.3mm to cushion and pack it. So apparently what they normally do, and how this was when I stripped it down, whether that's factory or whether it's already been replaced once, I don't know. It had 2 bits of corrugated cardboard, like that. There. And that was just stuffed on the back of the vial, pushing it up. So what you saw, when you looked through it, through the vial, you saw it grey like that, because it's see-through. I think it'd be better with some nice bright white paper. I'm going to wrap this up because I know for a fact I'm a clumsy get and I'm likely to drop this bugger. There's about £40 here. I think it's 38 quid or something altogether. But can you? Because yeah, so my plan was to wrap the vial completely in white paper. It makes me wonder, that's very thin, whether I could actually use this foam. My logic is, if it gets knocked or banged, or you just drop it, simply, you know, it could smash the glass, because you've got glass pressing hard against steel. There's no cushioning whatsoever, so a good tap on there and you've broke the vial. And when you're not using it, it rotates away like that, so you can't see the vial, it's hidden, it's protected, so you can't drop anything on it. And that's, you open it like that to use it. But yeah, if you can see my logic, maybe wrap it with some of this bubble, this right fine
foam wrap. That'll give it a cushion. I know it's not a lot, but it's enough to maybe just a slight knock to protect it. That's what I'm going to do. Probably a piece of white paper first, right in the bottom, and then overwrap it with this stuff and see if I can stick it on with some sellotape or something just while I get it back in and all lined up. This is a continuation of the Machinist Level. I've cleaned the framework up and give it a right good gentle sand with fine paper, and I've repainted the whole of the bed. You'll probably see me taking this apart, but basically that goes inside that. The end caps go on and it's fitted, and to protect the glass you rotate the inner barrel from the outer barrel, and it supposedly saves it from getting damaged. I'm not so sure about that, to be honest with you, because whenever you see these for sale, they usually got a broken vial. I've just bought the new vial from this company, Level Developments Limited, £20.52. I thought, well, yeah, it's a glass vial, it's 15mm diameter, it's 100mm long, and it's 0.05 of a millimetre per metre of accuracy. So it's quite a thing. But of course, you've got VAT and delivery and all the rest of it. By the time you've finished, the things come out at £34.82. And I can't for the life of me get it in. I've tried a few times and I cannot get it in. So you always need a piece of white paper or something white underneath here inside, so that when you look through it, it's clear, so you can see it's white. You've got a good reflection pattern to see what you're doing with your bubble. Right, so I've wrapped it in clean, shiny white paper from the said invoice, and I've made the joint at the top, and I'm right carefully going to have a go with this little scalpel knife at dressing this out, really careful. So what I need to do, I guess, is measure that from ends, get it exactly in the right place, and bob a piece of masking tape round that so it don't move. Bloody hell, your eyesight ain't that bad, matey. That's quite good. Right, so I don't know if you can see down here, but I've tried to get hold of plaster of Paris and I can't get any. I just want to get them with job. See down there, but that is plaster. And we've got a little heater here blowing towards it, so I'm going to try and dry one end first, because it's still a bit runny. So if I can get that to set a bit, then turn it round and do the other end. And really, I mean, all I've used is this stuff. Let's put that somewhere. It's just some smooth finish patching plaster. Sunlight there. Right. Problems. So I couldn't find any casting plaster of Paris. I looked all over, asked around, went to hardware shops, and I give up and I went to my local hardware shop, and I picked that up, and it were just some finished plaster. I thought, well, plaster's plaster, innit? So I filled it about maybe that much in here with plaster at both ends. Tape this so it can't move and it's in the right spot. And I thought, yeah, that's going to work out, is that? Rather than use, say, silicon sealant. I know it's supposed to be plaster of Paris. And after 4 days and being in heat, it was still wet and soft. It didn't set. I'm assuming this stuff is meant to go on really fine surface cracks and stuff, and then it probably would dry. Needs air in it, and it probably don't let air into it. So I've had to dig it all out, and I've done that, cleaned it up, got back down to my glass vial again, and went online and ordered a little bag, 250 gram of plaster of Paris, casting plaster, fine casting plaster it says. So I'm going to mix some of that up and have another go. Now, I don't know theory of plasters and stuff. All I do know is old plaster is terrible. It goes off instantly. And maybe bonding, you know, the first plaster you put on your backing, browning, whatever you want to call it. I know that you can put that on as thick as you want. That goes off fairly quick, but that wouldn't have been suitable for this. So I'm assuming this sort of stuff is sort of porous, so air can get to it, because when you cast things in plaster of Paris, you put them in usually a rubber mould, isn't it? And you fill the thing up and it sets pretty quick. So I'm assuming that that's like more porous and that stuff isn't, and that's why I wasn't successful. However, I must say that when I dug it out, a lot of it had gone green, which must be from the brass effect on here. So whether that affected it or not, I don't know. So we're going to have another go. I'm going to mix some plaster up and plug each end up, and then we'll take it from there. It's important I don't get any just in the beginning there, because the plugs have to go back in there, the stoppers, the holders. Should be alright. That should be okay. Right. Oh, this is going off already. Yeah, that's gone. Right, just go off quick. So that's both ends done. Right, I've eased it. That's it. That don't want any more. And that still turns. Clean end of that out and give it a bit of a fettle, and it's gone in now and squeezed up tight, so we're all good. So now we've got our readout glass with its shroud,
It rotates. Keep forgetting to take pictures as I go. Fuck model engineering guys. So a lot of them don't do YouTube. We don't need flash on. Well, that has taken an age to do. It really has. So that's with the packing in. Sorry, with a steel roller under there, a new one. It's 3 markings that way, with a 1.5 thou feeler gauge under it. It's brought that to pretty much bang on. So yeah, it is extremely sensitive. So all I'm going to do now is take some still shots. But yeah, it's fixed and it's working, and it's a lovely piece of kit. Extremely sensitive, far more sensitive than I'd ever want for what I do. But I don't know. It shall go on the shelf, and we'll have a think of what we're going to do with it. So it's cost the £34.82 for the vial, and then on top of that a little bag of plaster from eBay, 250 gram bag of casting plaster, war £2.85. Sorry. Right guys, that's the end of this little project. For those that you are watching it, when I've edited it all together, try and make it into a smaller film than the hours and hours I've spent on it. Give us a like if you like. You could subscribe and even share. Thank you very much.